Hello and welcome to our Monday afternoon live broadcast. Today I am going to be busting 3 common myths that are going around in the information world about intermittent fasting and women. So welcome if you're joining us live. Hopefully I will be able to shed some light on some of these myths that are going around about intermittent fasting and why women are supposed to be playing by a separate set of rules. And I'm going to share with you why that is not true. So my name is Diane, and for the past 25 years I've been helping women find nutrition plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. Here in this community, we are doing that through the practice of intermittent fasting and creating our most authentic lifestyle. So the first myth that goes around a lot in the information community with intermittent fasting is women should not fast every day. And that you should, as a woman, be developing or following a protocol of intermittent fasting where you fast one day, then the next day you don't, and you have a certain amount of calories one day, and then the next day that you don't. And in my opinion, that's a diet. When you have to follow a very specific set of rules designed by someone else, and either you follow the rules and you're successful, or you don't follow the rules and then you fail, that's a diet as clear as a diet is. And why is it that there's that information going around? Well, it's for the same reason that there's protocols for intermittent fasting, and there are diet philosophies surrounding intermittent fasting, when the truth about intermittent fasting is that you just have to pick 2 windows every day and make the decision about how long you're going to fast and how well you're going to feast when you start opening up your feasting window. It is really that simple. And there's no reason why women should not be, quote unquote, allowed to fast any day that they feel like fasting. It's just taking an opportunity in a 24-hour period where you're consciously making a decision to not interrupt your hormones. Basically, that's all you're doing. And when we think about hormones, especially as women, we just think about our reproductive hormones. We don't think about the hundreds of other hormones that we have going on in our body all the time that are affected when we are not in a fasted state. And so if we are fasting one day, then not fasting, following a certain amount of calories one day, and then just doing whatever we want the next, we are literally putting our bodies in a state of hormonal imbalance. And one of the big reasons or big sources of advice as to why women should not be fasting every day is because it'll put us in a state of hormonal imbalance. So let me ask you this question. Why is it that you're researching intermittent fasting in the first place? Aren't most of us researching a different way of living our life, or a different way of how we're approaching how we're aging because we're not liking how it's currently happening? Which means that we're looking into intermittent fasting for the most part, I know, especially for us in the aging community, because we're already feeling out of balance. So whatever it is we were doing or are currently doing that doesn't encompass just those 2 scenarios in a day, you're already out of balance. And for a lot of us, we've been out of balance for a very long time. That is why we have so many cases of infertility issues. That's why we have so many cases of women with autoimmune disorders. That's why there's so many cases of women deteriorating as they age, when that's not how we're supposed to age. So why is it that women have to play by a separate set of rules? Haven't we been having to live our lives that way most of our lives? Why is it that we get plucked out of the crowd and that we have to follow a certain set of rules just because we're women? I can tell you that I have been fasting consistently, I would say almost every day for the past 4 years. And the longer I am committed to this lifestyle that I have created for myself, the better the results get. And the longer I'm committed to this lifestyle and the more consistent that I've become with experimenting with fasting long and feasting well, the more balanced my body has become. So the first myth I would love to bust here in this community for you guys is that as a woman, you have every right to fast every single day if that is how you want to live your life most authentically. There is no reason to not fast daily. It will put your body in a state of balance. It will put your body in a state of trusting you and understanding what it is that you're going to be doing every single day, and your body will adjust. Your body goes into a panic mode when it has no idea what you're doing from one day to the next, and it no longer is trusting you. So in my opinion, and from my own personal experience and from the experience of thousands of women who are creating their own lifestyle here in this community, you as a woman have every right to fast every day if that's the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself, so that you can look and feel your best and live most authentically. The second myth I would love to bust for you guys today is women shouldn't fast more than 16 hours out of your day. Again, this makes absolutely no sense. If you are a woman who is feeling frustrated with the fact that your body's metabolism has slowed down, how do you know that your body's metabolism is slowed down? You're hoarding fat. If you're a woman who's frustrated with your sudden inability to lose weight, if you're a woman who's losing your cognitive abilities, meaning you're losing your memory, if you're a woman who's suffering from an autoimmune disorder, if you're a woman who's suffering from insulin resistance, if you're a woman who's suffering from diabetes, if you're a woman who's suffering from cholesterol issues, if you're a woman who's unhappy with the way your skin is looking, any one or all of those things, the best way to heal those things that you're not happy with is to fast long and clean. The longer you fast and the cleaner you can be in your fasting window, the more opportunity you have to heal your body. Why would you sell yourself short of the opportunity to heal your body on a cellular level by stopping the healing process at 16 hours? The 12-hour mark is known now to be that time frame where women start to enter the benefits of what a fasted state can do for them. If you stop at 16 hours, you have only allowed your body an opportunity of 4 hours of entering in that process of burning away what it no longer needs to use and actually get to the stage of healing. 20 hours is proving to be the sweet spot in this community for women and everything that they're hoping for from the benefits of anti-aging with fasting. So why, as women, should we follow that myth of we only should fast for 16 hours? It doesn't make any sense. And the best way to debunk these myths and prove that they don't make any sense is to test it out. Don't spend your life listening to the advice of other people and convincing yourself something's not going to work for you before you give it an honest shot. Like I said with myth number 1, the longer I live this lifestyle, the more consistent I am with fasting long and clean, the more consistent I am with pushing my own envelope, the better the results are that I am getting. I am anti-aging every single day, and every month I focus on a new concept or a new level or envelope that I'm going to reach into to extend what I've already been practicing. So I am living proof here for you guys that you do not have to follow these guidelines as a woman today. And if you're an aging woman who is unhappy with how you are aging, the best gift you can give yourself, your life, and your body is to fast long and fast clean and understand the science behind what happens from that 12-hour mark of a fasted window all the way up to 20 and beyond. The benefits just get better for us as women. So the myth that I want to bust here today is the myth number 2, and that women should only fast for 16 hours. It is absolutely not true. If you don't believe me, you have to try it out for yourself and then reap those benefits. And then the third myth I would love to debunk today is that women need to consume protein post-workout to preserve muscle mass. Let's take myth number 1 and let's take myth number 2. We already know that we can fast every day and fully benefit from what fasting every day can do for us. We know that we don't have to stick to a 16-hour fasting window. And in fact, 20 or more hours is really where we're going to get the best anti-aging benefits and allow our body to enter in a state of hormonal balance. So when you think about the hours of the day that we have, 24, and we want to find time to work out, the best time to work out is in a fasted state. And for a lot of us, we don't have the perfect scheduling scenario that we can take advantage of everything that life has to offer us in the perfect workout, the perfect post-workout, the perfect fasting, the perfect feasting. That's not living our life authentically. So when we start building in our authenticity with what it is that we want to live so that we're happy around the lifestyle that we have created for ourselves so we can maintain it for the long term, you have to start building in some of these myths and concepts and figuring out why this doesn't make sense. We know that we want to fast long and clean for as many possible hours as we can in the day. If I'm going to work out at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's the only time I have available to work out, and I'm going to follow this myth and put protein in my body within whatever time frame, 30 minutes to 60 minutes of working out, I just ruined the opportunity for my body to stay in a healing state. More importantly, protein is that thing that will knock you out of the opportunity to heal your body at its best. We know that living a keto-like lifestyle, we want to maintain a higher naturally occurring fat, moderate to low amounts of protein, and very conscious carbohydrates. So if you're loading your body up with protein right after a workout where you've just entered into an optimal body fat burning opportunity and you just crushed that by loading your body up with protein, how is it that you're going to preserve muscle mass? You're not. You're going to load on an extra little layer of body fat that you're going to be frustrated with. And then what do? You work out longer because obviously you're not working out long enough. Or you're going to work out harder because obviously you're not working out hard enough. And you're going to end up in this hamster wheel of frustration and disappointment with your body because it is a myth that you are following. I have been proving here in this community that you do not need to supplement with protein. I have cut out almost all animal protein. I occasionally let it fall into my feasting window when it's just what our family is doing. I no longer seek out additional sources of protein, and I do not protein supplement. My body is at its leanest. I just did an experiment where I was able to burn off 7 pounds of body fat by just eliminating that extra little bit of protein and being very conscious in my carbohydrates. I didn't diet, I didn't over-exercise, I just debunked the myths. I work out in the morning and I can stay in a fasted state 6 to 8 hours post-workout and I am not losing any lean muscle, I'm shedding body fat. Think about what happens to your body in a fasted state. Think about what happens to your body post-workout. Why would you want to end what it is that you just work so hard to achieve through fasting long and putting your body through a workout by supplementing it with protein right after you're done working out? If you don't believe that this is true, test it out. We cannot create our own life authentically if we're constantly sitting on the sidelines listening to this advice that doesn't make any sense to us, but because it's directed toward us, we're going to believe it to be the truth. The only way to debunk this and to blow up these myths is to try it. I'm constantly trying this information. I'm publicly sharing what I'm doing, and I teach this to you in my Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. Think for yourself. If you're frustrated and you're not getting the results that you were hoping for, then what you are currently doing is not working for you, and you have to create some change. If you are in the same position that I was in 4 years ago when I was sick and loaded with body fat, and I changed the way I went about my day, clothing wise, activity wise, socially. Everything I did changed because I was not living my best self. I was hiding within the confines of being a sick and broken woman because I was following all the myths. It wasn't until I started to test them out and really incorporate what made sense, not only scientifically, but for the lifestyle that I wanted to live and where my body was in the season that I was in, that I started to create change. I am no longer covered in body fat. I am no longer losing my memory. I am no longer feeling like I've been hit by a truck on a daily basis. I no longer struggle with food. I no longer struggle with fasting. I no longer struggle with hypoglycemia. I'm not on the borderline of being a full-blown diabetic. And I'm living every single life optimistic and enthusiastic about the aging process that I'm going through. Because these myths are just that. They're myths. They don't apply to us. Test them out, use some common sense, and if you need a support group or someone that can help you, or a group of women that can help you, stop waiting on the sidelines, waiting for someone to convince you that this lifestyle is what you need to do, and put the work in and the investment in you to convince yourself by practicing what it is that you're learning. Our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course starts this Saturday. I've had so many private messages and so many emails from so many women here in this community who are standing on the sidelines, desperately waiting for that one message that's going to convince them that this is a lifestyle that they want to live. We have thousands of women who chime in this community on a daily basis, sharing the results that they have. I share with you very openly and honestly the results that I have. I share with you how I push the envelope. I share with you that I take information that is addressed to us specifically as women and prove to you that it is not valid to us, and that we have a right to live the life that we want to live and create the lifestyle that we want to have, so that we can age the way that we want to age, and we don't have to follow the guidelines set up for someone who has no idea how it is that we operate as women and how it is that we want to live our life. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't keep researching away and not practicing. If you're researching and you're practicing what it is, and you're experimenting with what it is you're learning, I say fantastic. That's the best way to go. But don't sit on the sidelines convinced that this is not for you because some Joe on the internet said that women aren't supposed to do this. It's not true. Test it out. Practice it, and I promise you, you will be surprised, and you'll be able to live your life the way you want to live it, with energy, enthusiasm, and confidence, living in your own skin about what it means to be an aging woman today. I'm going to jump on and answer any questions that you guys have. These are 3 questions that I get, I would say, on the daily. Women aren't supposed to fast every day. How come you tell everyone to fast every day? Women aren't supposed to fast more than 16 hours. How is it that you're fasting 20 plus hours a day? How come you don't consume protein after you work out? I don't do those things because they don't work. I do what works. What works is fasting long, fasting clean, and fasting consistently, and creating the feasting window for you that will allow you to look and feel your best while living your most authentic life around food. You determine that. You have to figure out how that's going to work for you. And if what you're currently doing is not working for you, please give yourself the opportunity to try something new. So I'm going to go on to YouTube very quickly, and I will welcome everyone and answer questions you have there. If you have questions around these 3 myths, now is your time to ask them. I will openly and honestly answer any questions that you guys have about these things. I can tell you, in the last 2 months, I first made the decision to eliminate extra animal protein. And in this last month, I have made the decision to really refine what it is I'm doing in my feasting window. And that's where I really had that breakthrough with my metabolism, where I was able to shed that seven extra pounds of body fat that most people didn't even know that I was carrying. I did it by experimenting, and I did it by trusting that my body knows what to do as long as I am giving it all the nutrients that it needs. And I really do encourage you guys to do the same thing. It's just really common sense stuff that we have to think about, and then you just put it into play and see how you feel. If it doesn't feel like it's working for you, then it's not for you, and you go and you try something else or refine what it is you were doing until you find the perfect thing that's going to work for you. Surreal or Brenda, July 2019 grad, going back on August 10th. I can't wait to have you back on August 10th. There's nothing better than an extra 3 weeks of practicing what it is that you learned and really creating that solid foundation for yourself as you move through life with fasting long and feasting well. Lori, 2019 grad. Maryland, May graduate. Good to be back. Good to have you back, girlfriend. Danielle from Addison. I was in the April 2017 class. Rita, day off catching you live. Thanks for jumping in with us. Rita is a July 2017 grad, and she's still living this lifestyle very successfully, so congratulations to you. Teresa, joining a bit late in Flower Mound, September 2018 grad. Teresa is another one of our grads who not only is living this life for herself well, but she's also living this life well with her husband, and that is when you have the big win, is when you can pull in your loved ones to this lifestyle, and that's when you can really start refining what it is that you want to do and where you want to go. Jenny, hello. Devon from May 2019, my scale has started to move finally. I've been patient following through with my IF and keto life, and this past month have had a 6.6 pound loss. Okay, Devon, you are a perfect example of being patient until your body was balanced and healed. Remember, in this community, and what I really offer and promise in the class that I teach, is that you will have an opportunity to heal your body and balance out your hormones. I don't like to talk about weight loss because every woman's body is at a different state of needing to be healed. It took me an entire year. So if I were to tell you that you could lose weight by going through my 3-week course, I would be lying to you, and I would be giving you a false sense of hope. What I can tell you is that through time and consistency and listening to the signs and signals that your body is sending you, you will eventually lose weight once you have given your body the time to heal. Debunking these 3 myths is the best way to get your body to that point of being healed and actually losing weight. So it took me the 3 years that I've been practicing intermittent fasting to get to the point where I was just able to shed 7 extra pounds of pure body fat without having to diet or over exercise. I actually pulled back and just got my body to that point of being so efficient at burning fat that that's exactly what it did. Imagine if I would have quit 1 month into practicing intermittent fasting, or imagine if I would have listened to the experts, quote unquote, out there who are trying to tell me that I can't do this every day, or I can only do it for 16 hours, or that I have to supplement with protein, or I am going to be a flabby mess. I would not be sitting here telling you that I can still 3 or 4 years into this lifestyle experiment with some things and reap better benefits. So this is something that you want to stick out, and these women here who are sharing their story as graduates of my course are proof that this does work, and you have to stick through it. So Devon, I am so proud of you, and it's going to get better, I promise you. Marcella from Mexico, you're so welcome, girlfriend. Try again at 40. Lori, April 2019 grad. Carrie, 55 years old, started IF 1 week ago. Congratulations, girlfriend. It's the best lifestyle ever. Linda, 2019 grad. Stacy, I'm really confused on the type of exercises I should do. I want to burn fat and tone. Stacy, I would highly recommend getting into our class if you haven't already done so. And if you're a graduate of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, I have what I call the F3. We call it the Fasting, Feasting, Fitness course. And that teaches you how to get yourself into an exercise program that will work for you and will stick. So I would definitely check those out at the For Today's Aging Woman website. And Teresa, I'm 61 and in great health thanks to what I've learned in your course. I hope other women will jump in. Best decision I've ever made. Thanks for saying that, Teresa, and you are gonna just keep proving that to be true, so congratulations to you. Rosie, I just heard that women over 40 should not fast every day. I also heard that we need to eat protein right after a workout. Crazy. It's not crazy, Rosie. I hear all of those same things and I just go, ugh, when are people going to stop saying this? I don't know where this information comes from because it's just not true. And with that being said, you know, there's always those little anomalies, right? There's those little outliers where there's groups of women for some specific reason that this information might be true to. For us women here, it just doesn't apply. So you always have to take in information and ask yourself, does this apply to me? Does this make sense? And what if I just tried it out and see what happens? And so it's not crazy that you're hearing this information, because this kind of stuff is clickbait. This kind of stuff is what a lot of people want to hear. We want to hear we don't have to fast for 20 hours. We want to hear that we are supposed to have something to eat right after we work out. We want to hear that we're not supposed to fast every day, because that's easy. And easy isn't going to get us where we need to go. And I can tell you, for the short amount of time, 3 weeks, that's how we've broken down our course. For a 3-week time period, you're going to have days where you're going to feel uncomfortable. And if you do the work and you stay the course and you finish what you started when you sign up for my course after 3 weeks, you're going to have a lifetime that's so much easier than any long fast or clean fast or feeling a little bit uncomfortable post-workout by extending your fast. And I teach you all the tips and tricks to make those things easier for you as well. So Rita, how many hours after your workout do you have your break fast shake? So it depends. Some days I work out in a longer fasted state, so that's what I did today. I think I started my fast at 8 o'clock last night, and I started my workout today at 11 something, so it was a longer fasted state when I worked out. So I had a shorter amount of time post-workout to break fast shake. I think it was like 2 or 3 hours. If I work out early in the morning, nothing changes about when I break my fast. I just have a longer fasted time post-workout. So it's either longer fasted time to my workout or longer fasted time post-workout, and I always break my fast at the same time. So you have to just experiment with that and then find out what works for you for sure. And then Flow Fitness, love how you inspire women to see themselves, what will work for them. Always love tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us, Flow Fitness. Linda, I have been fasting 18-20 hours a day and I do well, but one mess up during the week is a big setback. I'm not losing. Don't mess up then. So if you have determined that you have to be consistent in order for you to see results, then you have to make being consistent more important than allowing yourself the opportunity to mess up. And the fact that you're calling it a mess up, I would look at what you're doing as well. But time and consistency are key. Once you're healed, you have a little bit more time to play around. Nancy, June 2019 grad, really works, just test it out. Exactly. And then Rosie, I've got to ignore the experts. You have to listen to the experts and then ask yourself the question, does this apply to me? Then test it out for sure. I'm really hoping to learn about me when I have started and completed the August course with you. Yeah, your girlfriend, you're going to learn so much, and then you'll be the one coming back to these broadcasts sharing your amazing results as well. And then Ann, I would like more information about your classes, pricing, and also how and when I could take a class. Very interested. And there's a link down below your comment. It's all online. It's self-paced, but we go through the course together. So everyone starts together, everyone ends together, and we spend 3 weeks really working on getting your body healed and turned around and building your confidence with this lifestyle. Okay, so Facebook, we've got Maggie, Amy, and Elizabeth are here. Roberta, I think I did the March and May 2019 course. Yeah, I totally remember your name, so I think that was the time frame you did it. And then Amy, good afternoon, everyone. I always love watching these live videos. I was originally in the April 2017 class. I fast every day and do my best to feast very well. Yeah, Amy, you're doing great, so keep it up, girlfriend. And then Helen, hi Diane, I eat twice a day and every third day, 1 meal a day, but my weight loss is very slow. I am strict keto. So if you're not happy, Helen, with the results that you're getting, being strict with anything, I would reconsider what it is you're doing, whether it's the fact that you're changing things up with your fasting or the fact that you're strict keto. Something's not working for you, and then, you know, test it out and change some things around, and we'd love to have you in class if you haven't been in class yet. Tammy, graduate of the June 2019 course, loving this lifestyle, continuing 24, feeling great, finding you was the best thing I've ever done for myself. Oh, thanks for saying that, Tammy, and we love having you in our community. Karen, hello, Diane, and ladies, graduate from the awesome July 2019 class, feeling great, loving this lifestyle. Fantastic. You know, and so these women just graduated like 2 weeks ago from our July 2019 course. So if you're thinking about joining us in August, you will be at this point in a month where you're coming back on here saying it was the best decision you ever made, XYZ things are happening for you, and you don't want to be in that place where you're contemplating joining the September course, watching all the amazing results from the women in our August course. So I highly recommend never putting off doing something good or investing in yourself and your future. So if there's anything I could do to answer any questions, now would be a great time to post them so I can get you in with us in August. Amy, excited about your videos. Are you a doctor or have learned this from living this lifestyle? I have been a health and fitness coach for half of my life. I'm a certified exercise nutritionist and also a running coach, and yes, I practice what I preach. I was very sick and was able to heal my body with this lifestyle. Now I teach other women how to do the same. Patricia from Washington, thanks for joining us. Laura, summer swim lessons are over and I am free at 3, so I get to watch, even though I have continued to watch the recorded ones. Oh, thanks for jumping on with us, and I'm glad you were able to catch us live. And then Donna is here from June 2018 class. So when you break your fast, is it still good to break fast with Shakeology? It has protein in it, I think 16 grams or so. Okay, so remember, when I break my fast, I break it at my break fast time. I don't break my fast post-workout. So I'm extending my fast to 4 to 6 hours past my workout before I break my fast. And I'm not anti-protein. I just recommend not over supplementing with protein. So you don't have to seek out extra protein. What the protein that I consume in my shake is naturally occurring. It just falls into my day, and I don't worry about getting any more protein if that's the only thing that I get, in addition to what I'm going to do in my feast with vegetables and nuts and those kind of things. So the problem comes with over proteining and feeling like you have to protein post workout to preserve muscle. It's not doing that for you. The best thing that you can do to create lean muscle mass in your body, especially as an aging woman, and to rev up your metabolism, is to activate your human growth hormone. The only way you can activate your human growth hormone is through fasting, not feasting. And so that's what you want to really concentrate on doing, especially for women. I mean, you could activate your human growth hormone, so I better clarify that so I don't get called out. The best way to accentuate or really monopolize on your human growth hormone is through a fasted state, and that's what we want to do as women, because our human growth hormone really slows down as we enter into the aging process, for sure. Annette, how much protein do you eat in a day? I have no idea. What do you do to lose the 7 pounds? I just refined what I was doing in my feasting window. I cut out a lot of extras, really watched extra proteins that I was consuming before. Animal proteins, I just cut them out, and anything that was really just too much of an indulgence and not a necessity, I just kind of really cut back on them. And I have changed how I work out, and so that's helped a lot too. Laura, May 2019 grad. Donna, yes, definitely. I never drink protein after a workout. I work out in the AM and go back to work, fast for 18 to 20 hours and break my fast when I get home. Yep, exactly, and you're probably doing really well. Sandy from Florida saying, hello, May 2018 grad, living this lifestyle along with my boyfriend. Yeah, good for you, girlfriend. That's the best way to go. Diane Kramer's here. She's a 2017 grad. Keto-like is much easier. I wouldn't necessarily say keto-like is better, because there are people who thrive in the keto environment for sure. But the keto-like lifestyle is a lot easier to maintain, especially socially and when you have a family. And so that's what we really like to teach here for sure. And then Marie, April 2019 grad. Layla, by the way, I'm in the August 10th course. Yay, I'm so excited. And then I misunderstood the join late. Oh yeah, that's okay, Donna. No worries. We'll see if we have anything else here on YouTube. Rita, I would need to work out at 4:30 a.m. to start work at 7, 10 hours, writing it in my planner with my pen, not pencil. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, for sure. And here's the thing about working out as well. I used to be of the mindset that if you didn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get your workout in, you weren't dedicated and you weren't really serious about your goals. And here's what I know about fitness now. Fitness and working out is the thing that we should do to improve the quality of life we want to have for our tomorrows. Fitness and working out should not be the thing that we feel forced to do because of something we did yesterday that we are unhappy with. When you live with that mentality, then you don't work out in a desperate state. And if you need to take a day off because you're tired, or you need to take a day off because you're busy, you don't have all of that guilt and fear of failure or that you're going to move backwards, because that's not what we're working out for. So if working out at 5 o'clock in the morning is the only time that you can work out, and that's the best way for you to be successful, and if you don't get it done at 5 o'clock in the morning, you won't have an opportunity to do it through the rest of the day, then that's the time that you need to work out. But don't feel like you have to get up at ungodly times of the morning out of desperation to work out. There's plenty of other ways to work out, and you don't have to be that regimented about it, for sure. And then Maricela, I drink black coffee during my fasting. Does it make any difference if I drink it on ice? No, not at all. It's just going to be cold. And then I took your July class, and considering the next course including fitness, will this course be like the July course, which involved watching daily videos and coursework? Yes, it is, for sure. It's just a little bit more self-paced, so once you register, you get to start. You don't do it with a group. And then try again at 40. What adjustments did you make to your workouts? I just monitored my heart rate a little bit closer, and I pulled back. So instead of just running for long periods of time, I broke up my running with strength training and actually worked out less, and was able to really take advantage of that opportunity and tapped into some extra stored body fat, and it was great. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna let you guys go for today. Real quick recap. 3 myths that we debunked today. 1, women shouldn't fast every day. If you're in this community, if you've taken my course, if you're living a happy and healthy life, you know that's not true, because we are fasting on a daily basis. Number 2, women shouldn't fast for more than 16 hours. Again, we know that's not true, because we are taking advantage of 20 plus hours of fasting consistently, and we're reaping some amazing benefits from the lifestyle that we're creating in that regard of how long we're fasting. And then 3, women need protein post-workout to preserve their muscle mass. Again, that is not true. The best way to preserve lean muscle mass is through the activation of your human growth hormone, and the best way to do that is to fast long and clean. I hope I answered some of the questions that you might be having about jumping into an intermittent fasting and a keto-like lifestyle. As always, if you need any support, we are here for you. And again, I have to remind you, because there will be so many of you who panic on August 10th. We have a course starting on August the 10th. Your registration has to be completed by August the 9th to be considered for a class. And I would love to have you in if you have questions, or you're feeling frustrated about what it is you're doing in your own lifestyle in regards to nutrition and how it is that you're aging. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll discuss another subject concerning intermittent fasting and today's aging woman. Fast long, feast well, and train smart.